we are ready for our warm, cool Alma Thomas painting. So we have our watercolor paints, and hopefully you guys have maybe 2 brushes. We'll see. You can see how I do this, and then you can decide if you have more, you can use more brushes. For our circular design, so we can also call it a radial design, we are going to use our warm and cool color scheme. So somewhat in the middle of that paper, you are going to start with a circle that is about the size of a golf ball. So you guys notice how I'm putting my brush down on the paper and sliding it or dragging it around so that the bristles spread out and I get a nice, clean, crisp edge to my circle. Okay, now I like to start off with that yellow, and why do we do that? Because my water is clean right now, and that yellow is sure to be nice and bright and beautiful when I start with my clean water. All right, so I want to come around my circle with little dots, or we can call them dashes. So Alma Thomas was very known for her bright, beautiful colored little patterns that she created, and there are lots and lots of dashes of color. So I am going to use my paintbrush the most for this, as far as just laying it down and picking it up so that I get this really neat little pattern that my bristles of the paintbrush make. Okay, down and up. So whatever paintbrush you have, it's going to possibly make a different little shape of your dash. So that's okay. So we're gonna wake up my red, and this paintbrush is a little bit of a square shape, flat brush. So I'm going to use it next. And as you can see, I'm staying super close to my previous stroke, what I did before. So that's super important, my artists. This is not, oh, we're gonna just make all kind of, I'm gonna throw my paintbrush on my paper and be done in 2 minutes. No, this is going to take you some time and patience. We're not going to probably finish this in one class period. So the slowness is going to be key here. You want to get really close to what you've just painted without much space. If you look at our artist's artwork, there is not a whole lot of white showing in some of her paintings. It's amazing and beautiful. And it adds a little bit of texture almost to her painting because you get very little white space, but just a little bit makes your eyes wonder what's going on. So my warm colors are first, and you can absolutely mix some of those warm colors. So you know how we have our primary and secondary colors on our color wheel? And if you mix our primary and secondary colors together, so if we say yellow and orange mixed together, create our yellow-orange, or sometimes we can even call that a better name like tangerine. And it's super bright and bold. So you can mix and make those tertiary colors, and you can have more options for your warm and cool colors. So you can absolutely have fun and mix those colors. So I think I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to mix up some orange, rinse my brush, rinse, 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 and dive into my yellow. And I think I want to change my brush back to my thicker bristles so I can get a big stroke. All right, so when I lay that one down, I'm staying close, close, close. You want to be super close, like almost touch it and be like, ah, don't touch it, but be super, super close to that dash that you've just made on that ring that you went around. So let's get, let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get maybe 6 or 7 rings, and then possibly switch to the other color scheme. So if you are working with warm colors first, you can switch to your cool colors after, what did I say, 6 or 7? So you want a good amount of tight, close rings around before you switch, okay? So I'm just going to keep on painting. I hope you're going to mix some really great colors. Those tertiary colors are super fun. We talk a lot about tertiary colors in 4th grade. So my 2nd and 3rd graders, when you get into 4th grade, you will be super experts. You'll know all about those tertiary colors, mixing your primary and secondaries together. All right. So you're painting along with me. And you could even control that paintbrush and make some little dashes smaller than what your paintbrush makes as you lay it down too. So I hope you are paying attention and going a little bit slower than normal, because this sounds super easy and fast, but you know we want to really work hard with our craftsmanship. So you want that paintbrush to make nice, neat, even dashes for our Alma Thomas inspired artwork. I think I want one more row of red, maybe a red-orange. I think color mixing is super fun. I hope you guys are enjoying making all these different colors. Oh, that's a good one. So you guys can see, I kind of do this naturally, and you will too eventually, but I definitely like the differences, and we call that a big word named variation, in my brush dashes. So I have some really big and thick, and then I have some smaller and thinner. So that's why if you have 2 paintbrushes, different sizes, that's going to be really great to get that variation of that brush stroke, okay? It really makes your eyes jump around the painting and gives your eyes a difference to look at. So it looks really neat. All right, I'm going to be switching now to my cool colors. So if you started with warm colors, you will switch after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 6 or 7 rings. And if you started with cool colors, like Miss Alma on this one, you can switch to your warm colors. So I immediately go for my blue. Blue is my favorite color. And I think I'm going to start with a straight out of the container blue.